Hello, my name is Philong Yang, and today my group will be doing the Erickson's 8 stages of psychosocial development. I am responsible for the first stage, and that's from birth to 18 months. In this first stage of the Erickson's theory, it centers on the infant's basic needs being met by the parents. The infant depends on the parents, especially the mother, for food, nurturing, and comfort. The child's relative understanding of the world and society come from the parents and their interaction with the child. If the parents expose the child to warmth, regularity, and dependable affection, the infant's view of the world will be one of trust. Should the parents fail to provide a secure environment and to meet the child's basic needs, a sense of mistrust will result. According to Erickson, the major developmental task in infancy is to learn whether or not other people, especially primary caregivers, regularly satisfy basic needs. If caregivers are a consistent source of food, comfort, and affection, an infant learns trust that others are dependable and reliable. If they are neglectful, or perhaps even abusive, the infant instead learns mistrust, that the world is an undependable, unpredictable, and possibly a dangerous place. A child lacks all of these elements will lead to mistrust and gain an understanding of what constitutes dangerous situations later in life. Thank you.
Hello, I'll be talking about the second stage, autonomy versus shame and doubt in Erickson's theory for the early childhood 2 to 3 years old. During this stage, the child learns toilet training or struggles with the consequences of not learning toilet training. Children during this stage learn to develop attitude of independence. Children develop coping skills during this stage, or the opposite can occur, which creates shame and doubt. The important contrast in this stage answers whether the child can accomplish tasks by themselves or be dependent on others for skills for coping. Toilet training is a major factor during this stage. The influence of the will plays a major role as well. Children begin to understand the world around them, along with learning body control, in addition to learning how to make choices over the types of food and clothing preferences and toy selections. The failure to successfully complete this stage will lead to inadequacy and self-doubt, while successfully completing this stage will lead to a secure and confident self.
My name is Selma Barkad, and I will be talking about initiative versus guilt and Erickson's third stage of development. This stage, the child is from 2 years to 6. In order for a child to master initiative, the child must learn and accept without guilt that there are some things that aren't allowed and some things that will warrant a punishment. The child must be free to openly use their imagination without feeling of a guilt or worry of a punishment. If, however, the child is not allowed to do things in their own and learn on their own that things are wrong and right, then a sense of guilt might overcome him or her, and they will fear that what they do is always wrong.
My name is Sarah, and I will be talking about stage 4, which is age 6 to 11, that's experience versus industry versus inferiority. Children need to cope with new social and academic demands. We know success leads us or our children to a sense of competence, while failure results in a feeling of inferiority. And inferiority continues with us on life. Later on, when we get married, when we have a partner, we don't feel we should take responsibility for our part. And if one person doing the job, definitely that relationship not gonna go too far.
Erickson's fifth stage is the identity versus role confusion stage. This happens usually around 12 to 18 years of life. During this stage, adolescents begin to self-explore. They ponder the roles that will play in the adult world and seek their true selves during this stage. Those who receive proper encouragement and enforcement through impersonal exploration will emerge from this stage with a strong sense of self and feeling of independence and control. While on the other hand, those that remain unsure of their beliefs and desires will feel insecure and confused about themselves and their future as well.
I'm Mr. Abraham T. Zeze, and doing a sixth stage of psychosocial development from Erick Erickson, where young adults need to perform intimacy, loving relationship with others, people, succeed, lead to strong relationship, while failure result into loneliness and isolation. For example, I am responsible to make sure I keep my promise to my wife and my children. I love her so much that I need to work hard to maintain my relationship and to keep my family as successful as I can, so that we can live together and we'll have a successful outcome for our children. Thank you. This is the development stage that I think we can succeed in life.
My name is Philip Zion. I'm responsible for the stage 7 of the Erickson's psychosocial development. At stage 7 of Erickson's psychosocial development, usually from age 40 to 65, people's main focus in life is on doing things for others. This drive normally leads to establishing and caring for one's own family or engaging in activities that are bent on helping the society as a whole. Careers and jobs or occupations play a very important role. They engender a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Erickson calls this period of intense activities generativity, the opposite of which he calls stagnation, because at this point the individual becomes non-productive, self-absorbed, and isolated from other people.
Erickson's last stage, stage 8, ego integrity versus despair, lasts from 65 years of age till their death. This stage is based on an individual's reflection on life. Older adults need to look back on life and feel a sense of fulfillment. Success at this stage leads to feelings of wisdom and meaning. The reason why is because the individual has felt as if he or she has lived a long, fulfilling life. Failure at this stage results in regret, bitterness, and despair. The individual has felt as if he or she has not lived up to their own standards and may have many regrets from their personal past. This concludes the last of the 8 stages. Thank you, and we hope this presentation has helped you understand Erickson's 8 stages of psychosocial development.